Hey, welcome to another episode of Sick Gear. My name is Jeffrey Lin, and today I'm going to review my favorite air quality monitor. It's called the Awair second edition. It's my favorite air quality monitor for those of us with multiple chronic illnesses. I personally suffer with severe asthma, severe eczema, and severe allergies, probably one of the topmost extreme conditions of all three combined, and definitely one of the top 5 most severe allergies and eczema. So air quality really matters for me. So the problem I had with a lot of other air quality monitors is they weren't as sensitive as I was to the environment. So it's kind of hard to use the air quality monitor to help me know when I should turn on my air purifiers. You'd probably see me use the Awair air quality monitor in the air purifier tutorial video that I did explaining what to look for in air purifiers and which ones will work best for your personal health condition. So I had tested several different air quality monitors before I settled on the Awair air quality monitor, because the other air quality monitors just weren't sensitive enough for me. Basically, I react to everything in the environment. There's nothing that I'm not allergic to, literally. And so I would have trouble breathing, I would have internal inflammation, or my skin would get swollen and start cracking and peeling, all because of pollution, chemicals in the air, dust in the air, also humidity and temperature. So all of these things do affect our immune system, and especially for those of us with chronic illnesses, immune-related illnesses, it could cause flare-ups just from the smallest change in one of these environmental factors. The first set of dots right here, this monitors the temperature. The next one over monitors the humidity. The third one over monitors the CO2. The fourth one over here monitors the chemicals. And the fifth one right here monitors the PM 2.5 dust pollution. So it's super easy to read this off. One dot just means that it's the lowest level, so it's safe. And the more dots you have, like you see, this just jumped up because I'm talking into it. So the middle one with CO2, that's rising because I'm breathing CO2, exhaling in this area right here. And this one right here, chemicals, is also rising, probably because I'm in a closed room and the chemicals from the furniture and from the paint in the walls is just sticking inside this room. So the levels are picking up a little bit. So most of the details for Awair you use with the app. You can either get it on your iPad, or it's more convenient just to have it on your iPhone. When you first open up the Awair app, it'll show you the same overall number of the air quality. The higher the number, the better it is. The perfect number is 100, and also gives you kind of like the color. So green is good, yellow is medium, and red is danger. You'll see that it matches right here on the app. And you can tap on each of the categories that it monitors for to see how that affects your health and what range is healthy and what range is dangerous to your health and why. So for temperature, you can see that it says between 64 and 77 is the perfect temperature range. Cool air can boost productivity, and some heat can help you fight infection. Too much of either can affect your overall health. Now, looking at humidity, between 40 and 50% humidity is the best. Too much or too little moisture leads to a cold and flu-like symptoms and increases risk for toxic mold. CO2 is safe below 600 ppm, which is parts per million, and it's okay. It's yellow, so it's okay if it's between 600 and 1000 ppm, and when you get above that, it starts to get more dangerous. So why does it monitor CO2? Indoor exposure to carbon dioxide can impair productivity and decision making. Next one, we're looking at chemicals or VOCs, which I talked about in the air purifier video. And VOCs are important to watch for because they're like chemicals that can be found in everyday materials, and they can cause skin and respiratory irritation. VOCs are found in furniture. Sometimes they're in the paint, they're in the carpets. So especially on a hotter day, the heat can cause some of these chemicals to be released from the furniture or the walls. So if VOCs start picking up, the Awair monitor will actually send you some alerts on your phone, and it'll tell you what you should do, whether you should open the windows or if you turn on the central air. They'll give you advice on how to modify your environment to fix one of these higher readings that it's showing on the air monitor. Finally, the last one it looks for is the PM2.5 microscopic dust. The reason it looks for this is because too much fine dust can affect serious health problems like asthma and allergies. Now, my favorite feature with the Awair air monitor and the app is that it tracks the air quality for all 5 of these things every moment of every day, and it gives it to you on a chart. So on the app, if you go to the trend, it'll show you the general Awair score, which is the overall score combining the temperature, humidity, dust, chemicals, all that stuff. But you could dive into looking at each one of these individually. So you'll see that inside our house, the temperature rose all the way up here to about 80.1 degrees, and it'll give you a daily average. And humidity, you'll see that it peaked right here at 53.5 before noon. And you'll see while I was testing this air monitor just now, the CO2 spiked to 1,898 just because I was breathing right into it. Overall for today, the score has been in the 90s. So the app is very helpful in that gives you these tips to show you, sometimes it'll just show you the averages and how today compares with your usual, but it'll also give you tips of how to improve your environment with very simple things such as using a water misting fan when it was getting too hot, or for example, here's CO2 getting a little bit too high. Looking at the notifications you can get even when you're out traveling. So when I'm out driving around, and the last thing, and the last helpful feature is getting your notifications, that you can get these notifications even when you are not home. So you can know what the condition is inside your house. So when you get home, you can either open the windows or avoid certain parts of the room, because you can connect multiple Awair air monitors in different parts of the room, and you can monitor all of those together. So you can kind of monitor different parts of the house and know if you need to open windows in certain areas, or if you need to turn on the AC at certain times, and you can know that ahead of time before you actually get home. But looking down at a couple notifications I got today, for example, when I was making this video, the CO2 got a little bit high, so it gave me a warning. And it also gave me the tip that a few houseplants can give you fresh air. And for example, yesterday, the PM2.5 microscopic dust was a little high around 8:05 p.m. So it suggested that I use a damp cloth to wipe down surfaces, basically just saying my room is probably too dirty. So should probably clean it up. And it's just very helpful and very intuitive. The one thing that I don't like is that you have to go to the app to know exactly what these dots are showing you. Obviously, you know that if it's just one dot, everything is green, everything is safe. But for example, if like the temperature is a little bit, shows 2 dots showing you a little bit of a warning, but you don't know if the temperature is too high or too low. So you have to go to the app to find out the actual number of the temperature and humidity and all these other things. It's going with this minimalist design that is very trendy and using your app, but I would prefer if I can just read it off of the air monitor instead of always having to look on my app. So what I ended up doing was taping these labels on top of the air monitor so that I would know what each of these dots represent. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Again, my name is Jeffrey Lin. Thanks for checking out my channel where I share my personal journey with multiple chronic illnesses and the little tricks and tools that helps me survive and gets me through the day. So if you found this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If there are any other great air quality monitors out there that you have found very helpful, please share it in the comments below, because other people might want different other options they could try that might work better for them, or it's just something that's easier for them to get.